He just getting ready to start the video for the falling water project. I'm going to go ahead and fire up Revit and you can just follow along with me on screen. So this project is based off of a video we watched where someone modeled the falling water home with foam core and polystyrene. We're going to base our design off of that. It comes with all the templates, everything we need. So it's kind of convenient, but let's get Revit open here. Next, let's go to the video that we were using. YouTube.com. This video file was really helpful because it came with all of the documents we needed. So if we come down here, we can get, let's grab the site plan. I'm going to download this file. And close that. I'm also going to grab the PDF. Oh, I don't think we need that one. We need, well, we'll start with what we have here. So I'll come back into Revit. I'm going to create a new project. I'm just going to pick the architectural template. My firm uses a special base template. You might not have the same base template. So the first thing I want to do is insert that image we just downloaded. So here, download. Okay. Place it right in here. I just want to get something to base this off of, so I'm just going to try to find we want a measured drawing if we can find it. So it looks like a little bit tight, a little bit too small. It won't let me zoom in any further. So we'll keep looking, keep looking. Somebody had to make a measured drawing of this. Well, let's just try to find a door and we can measure off of that. We got a door right back here. So we come back right here, this location. We're going to make that 4 feet. So I'll just draw in a line. Looks like I pretty much have this right. So we're just gonna run with that. What I want to do is create the site first. So we come into massing, topo surface, and I'm just going to start placing pins. Yeah, one here, one here, one here, one here. Okay, so if we come to 3D view, you can see I've created this topo surface. Now we're going to start adjusting these points. Say we know here at the water line, it goes down. So we'll edit surface. We can come back in here and place more points, place some points along the river. Same on this side. Okay, and then to drop down for the river, we'll make the next set of points. We go along this line. And we're just tracing along the inside of this one. We just want to try to connect these points. I'm going to throw a couple here in the middle. Okay, so now we look at this in 3D. We probably could have made those points even smaller. I want to edit this for you. What's this random point? Forget that. Don't want that. I don't think we need these points. Like I thought. But I actually think we want to go deeper than this. So let's do -4. Let's go -8. And let's do a set of lines in here. Music's over. Okay, so now we have this river piece kind of taken care of. I think it might go deeper than that, but for what we need, we're showing what we need. All right, so we got that going. Let's get rid of this point. Don't need it. Delete this one. No. Go with that. All right, so get rid of this one. So this is kind of like our site boundary, right? You know this, turn that off, move it to realistic. Giving us the dirt of the site. We got the river now. I think we're gonna end up having to adjust it later, but for right now, we're just massing it in. So if I go over to, turn this off. Now, the next step, we want to work on the hill side of the project. So this all kind of gets, this is where it starts going up. So it goes from 1 all the way up to, you know, probably like 10, but probably like 20. As tall as the house, really. So if we look at the final image, I think. The house is as tall as the hill, so that is at least 20. So let's go ahead and just make that. We'll edit the surface again. We'll come back here. Let's start by placing a 20-foot spot right here at the top. And we're just going to run this all the way along. Right, and then we'll do an 18-foot spot here. We'll do a 16-foot spot. Keep coming down, keep coming down. I kind of want to just see what has happened here. Is at the bottom of the hill, I didn't put a 0 line. So let's add in a 0 line. Place points, 0, and we're going going to follow this line. So this will be where the grade of the building is at. And then when we look back here, you can kind of see like, oh, okay. I kind of get an idea, a sense of how this all works, but I don't like the way these ends are working. So I'm gonna, yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, and what we need to do is continue to just drop this hill down. I'm gonna do it from the top view here. So, so you kind of see how our hill is working. This last point was at 16, so our next point will go to 14. Back over here. Next point, well, almost in the exact same spot, really, because it's getting steeper and steeper. Come down 10. Eight. Let's switch back over here. So we're at 8 and 6. Draw some lines in there. As close to that 8 line as we can make it. 4. In between there somewhere. You see, you'll notice the lines are getting closer together. The lines for the topography. And I think that we actually did a decent job here making this how it needs to actually look. It's not quite steep enough though. It seems like what we're trying to mask is a little bit steeper. Let's go back to videos. You notice their model is much more pronounced here, much more pronounced. So yeah, we're gonna have to make an adjustment for that, and we can do that. All we need to do is sort of change the height of all of these points. We can just do it one row at a time. Just gonna make these a little bit higher. All these 16 points, move them up to 20. All these 14 rows, move them up to 16. And we'll do the same with this row. Twelve, we'll move this up to 16. All right, not perfect, but we can adjust this grade later if we want to. I just want to get another -8 point in there. Here. Trying to handle that piece of the river. All right, so this is the beginning to mass out our topography. I think that we could do better, you could always do better. But we can work on this later, and you'll see how this matches up to what he's doing in this video. The river, the house pad, and then the hill. So our hill's not quite steep enough yet. We're gonna have to figure that part out, but we can work on that as we continue to develop. But let's go ahead and put in our building pad. So you come back to massing, building pad, and then you just draw this element in. This is the part of the building that's built. I'm gonna make ours straight, even though the image is straight. And we can adjust our pad later. For right now, we're just trying to get some general ideas. Since we don't have full measured drawings, it's hard to make a determination exactly where everything's at. But I don't like it. Oh, that line's not straight. I'm gonna do a straight line here. The building comes all the way out. I actually think I'm going to do my pad along the edge of this piece. So we can do that by creating a spline. This one right here. Click. I think you click the beginning and the end. Oh no. Sorry, spline is like click along the curve. And it will follow the curve. So if you need to make a curve line, use that spline. Now, oh, hey Wayne, how are you? Now you'll see that our building pad is placed into the hillside, and I'm even going to drop that down 4 feet so that you can get a real sense what's happening. It looks like we actually do want to come into that part of the river, so let's adjust our pad. Get rid of this piece and come back to our original drawing. And let's now cut into all of this. We can continue to finesse this later. Close this. And looking 3D. All right, now we've got our building coming into the river. And everything kind of working. We're going to continue to develop it so that we can make sure we have the location in the right spot and the building in the right spot. We turn the shadows that make it helpful. We turn it to realistic. Now you can see how everything's working on the site. One thing that I like to do sometimes, especially when there's water, is add in a level for the water. So what I'll do is over here at level 1, I will draw the floor. The floor will be basically just in this area here. I just want to cover up all the areas that have water. That's okay. And then we're going to set the height of that floor. Oh, I lost my project browser. If you ever lose your project browser, you go into View, User Interface, Properties. I'll bring that back for you. We're going to drop this level down. That was kind of like our original level of water. And you come down 5 just so we're below the building pad. All right. And you can paint that layer to be, actually blue. What we're going to continue to do is just kind of sculpt out the landscape to fit with the building. And we can continue to do that as we mass out the walls to make sure we have the proportions right. Like I said before, we're not going off of a measured drawing, so it's a little bit challenging to get the exact dimensions, but for our purposes, it's not a problem at all. So the next thing you want to do is just save that file. And in the next video, we will, in the next video, we'll work more on developing the building elements, walls, doors, stairs, floors, and ceiling, and windows as well. We'll continue to develop the site to bring it more up into the actual character of the landscape there at Falling Water, which is a really important part of this project. And other than that, that's really all for this week. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.